Some moments in pop culture don't arrive with press releases. They arrive quietly, almost accidentally. And then they refuse to let anyone sleep. The night of D.PARTY at Galaxy Arena was supposed to be about music, fashion, and spectacle. Another bold chapter in Dylan Wang's fashion-forward concert series. The crowd expected energy. They expected visuals. They expected noise. What they didn't expect was a single necklace to hijack the entire narrative. When Zhao Lusi stepped onto the stage, the reaction was immediate, but not chaotic. It was more like a collective intake of breath. She wasn't announced with drama. She didn't need to be. Her presence alone shifted the temperature of the room. And then the camera moved closer, not to her outfit, not to her expression, but to her neck. A diamond necklace, clean, understated, impossible to ignore. And engraved into it, in clear, deliberate lettering, was a single word: ROSY. That was the moment fandom stopped watching the concert and started investigating. Screenshots spread within minutes. High-resolution close-ups were cropped, zoomed, reposted. Fans compared angles, lighting, reflections. No distortion. No trick of the light. The letters were real. Intentional. Unmistakable. The first question echoed everywhere at once. Why ROSY? Zhao Lusi has many nicknames. Fans know them by heart. But ROSY isn't casual. It isn't generic. It sounds personal, soft, chosen, specific. Not a brand slogan. Not a random aesthetic word. Then came the second discovery. The necklace match designs shown on the official profile of D.DESIRABLE, the fashion label owned by Dylan Wang himself. Not a mass-market release. Not something aggressively promoted. But a piece that fits seamlessly into the brand's identity. Intimate, stylish, quietly confident. And suddenly, this wasn't just a fashion moment. It was a gesture. D.PARTY is not a casual concert series. It's curated. Every visual choice is deliberate. Which is why Zhao Lusi being announced as the first ever female guest in D.PARTY history already felt meaningful. The necklace took that meaning and sharpened it. The safest theory surfaced first, as it always does. A professional gift. A sign of respect. A thank you. A symbolic welcome into Dylan Wang's creative world. In the entertainment industry, exclusive jewelry gifts are not unheard of, especially when fashion brands intersect with celebrity culture. But fandom rarely stops at the safest answer. Because if this were purely professional, why not a logo piece? Why not something overtly branded? Why not something neutral? Why a name? That question pushed the conversation into deeper territory. Fans began connecting dots that had never fully disappeared. Memories of love like the Galaxy, the project that first bound Zhao Lusi and Dylan Wang together in the public imagination. A drama remembered not just for its success, but for a chemistry many viewers felt transcended the script. Some collaborations end when filming wraps, one fan wrote. This one always felt unfinished. At D.PARTY, their on-stage presence felt restrained but familiar. No exaggerated gestures. No fan service theatrics. Just quiet awareness. Comfortable distance. A shared rhythm that didn't need explanation. And then there was the silence. No posts explaining the necklace. No interviews addressing it. No denial. No confirmation. In Chinese entertainment culture, silence is never empty. It's strategic. And fandom knows this. That's where the most controversial theory emerged. The one fans whisper about, argue over, and swear they're not emotionally invested in. Soft launch. Not an announcement. Not a reveal. But a symbolic breadcrumb. Something visible enough to be noticed, subtle enough to be dismissed if necessary. A gesture that says nothing out loud while letting everything echo. The way Zhao Lusi wore the necklace mattered. It wasn't framed as a statement piece. It wasn't highlighted. She wore it like it belonged to her already. Like it wasn't new. Like it didn't need explanation. And Dylan Wang? He let it exist. In fandom spaces on Facebook, TikTok, and long-form threads, theories multiplied. Fans revisited old interviews, compared body language, noted how often Dylan Wang speaks about meaning over spectacle and fashion, how D.DESIRABLE emphasizes personal identity over logos. Some fans pushed back, urging restraint. Others leaned in harder, arguing that ambiguity itself was the point. Maybe this wasn't about romance at all. Maybe it was about trust. About choosing someone safe enough to carry a personal symbol on a very public stage. About letting the audience see something intimate without ever explaining it. And that's what made the ROSY necklace so powerful. It didn't demand belief. It invited interpretation. By the end of the night, D.PARTY was over. The lights went out. The music faded. But the conversation only grew louder. Videos of the performance went viral, amassing millions of views. Comments didn't ask about set lists or outfits. They asked about ROSY. Because sometimes the most effective story isn't the one that's told, it's the one that's left unfinished. The necklace didn't confirm anything. It didn't deny anything. It simply existed. And in the space between what is shown and what is said, fandom filled the silence with feeling, memory, and possibility. That's why the ROSY theory refuses to disappear. Not because it promises answers, but because it dares to leave the question open. So maybe the necklace was just a gift. Maybe it was just fashion. Or maybe, just maybe, it was something far more personal. Because in an industry built on control, sometimes the loudest message is the one left unexplained. The ROSY necklace never confirmed anything. It never denied anything either. It simply existed. And that was enough to make millions of people feel something. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think ROSY really means? A coincidence? A symbol? Or a quiet story still unfolding? Let us know your theory in the comments. And if you love deep dives like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious. Because sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones still waiting to be told.